Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Sarcasm Speaks. We are Jared and Bob, and we have Gunnar with us today. Very special guests here.
Hey
We were
guys.
just saying before I hit record, it's been 7 years since I've actually seen you in person. But you know, uh, such just life, I guess. But yeah. So what have you been up to?
Um, well, the reason I'm on is playing a lot of golf lately. It's first season playing golf.
Yeah.
It's very intimidating. It's very fun, but obviously, like most new people, I'm fucking terrible at it. It's not even just to get. It's not even just like learning to play. It's like the etiquette when you go to places and you're playing with random people, and it's just like Jesus, this sucks sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is your first season. How many times have you played?
This season, I think we just played today. I think today was my 11th time this season, and then
That's pretty good
really
for
good.
your first year.
Yeah, I did go twice last year because my girlfriend's whole family plays, so we started dating. So it's like okay, last year I went 2 times with her dad, like at his like country club. Obviously, it was miserable, like no lessons, nothing. So I was like, I'm actually gonna attempt this season to play.
So do you have your own clubs? Like did you just go out and get like like a starter set or something?
Yeah, so it was actually like my friend's dad put together for me. I forget where he went. I think it's someplace in Mass, like some used golf club depot or something. He was like,
Okay.
I'll be down there. Let me just grab you a set. So my set's a pair of a driver's like whatever Callaway. And I have a pair of Nike irons.
Nice.
I think what Nike stopped making golf clubs like 15 years ago, something like that.
More recent, but yeah, it's at least it's probably I want to say 2016 was on that time.
Yeah.
Which I mean, if you put a tire in my hands right now, it's not gonna make a goddamn difference. Um, but that's actually one of my questions about clubs in general.
Yeah.
So I mean, right now I just have this used set. Should I wait and have like another season till I'm like good enough to like get fitted and go spend like 2 to 3 grand on whatever set, or should I just kind of wait longer, or is it better to go sooner?
Yeah, I mean, so I could tell you what I did, and then Bob can give you like the probably the real answer. So what I did, we started, when did I start playing back up with you? Was it 2016?
Say 17, but
Yeah,
again, we're just
2017.
fucking bouncing years around
Yeah,
on
so
all
I mean,
types of
whatever.
things right now.
So Bob got a set of free clubs from someone that went to his gym for me
No,
when I first
it
started.
was at my club where I was. The guy's like, oh, I might have a set. He goes, I don't have a set, but he went to the basement and got you a set of
Ah,
irons.
okay. All right. So that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. So regardless, I got a free set of like, you know, very old, starter
They were
basic
Tommy
irons.
Armour Silver Scots. So in probably 1988, they were probably semi appealing,
Yeah, yeah.
but they were a good dog.
Yeah. So I played with those for the first season, and then going into my second season, I went to a used golf shop and got clubs from probably like 2012. They were the TaylorMade R7s. Uh uh yeah,
So hold
they
on.
were.
Let's do it this way. So we got you the Tommy Armors,
Yeah.
and then we went to Joe and Lee's one day because it wasn't too far from us. And we just got a couple replacements because
Okay,
it
all
was
right.
either missing clubs or they were too hard to hit. That part I don't remember. So that's why you had like a Frankenset for a
Yeah.
minute
Yeah.
with yeah, it was like you had a couple random R7 irons, a couple random wedges, but it was mostly that Tommy Armor set.
Okay. So in
And
that
then at some
case,
point when we
then
got to Mansfield,
maybe
you went on, I think you got them off eBay. You bought the
I got the
M2
M2s.
irons.
Yeah. All right. So in that case, let me revise then. I probably played with that Frankenset for 2 years. Um, and then I bought a set of TaylorMade M2s going into my third season, which those were like a 2015 model, I think.
Something like
Uh,
that.
Yeah, it was either 14 or 15, and that would have been in 2018. So they were like 3, 4, 5 years old, right, at that time. And I played with those probably for like 3 years. And then either 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know my timelines, whatever. But then I finally went and got fitted for a set. And then I forked up the $1,200 for the full set that were completely like fit to me, my height, my swing, all that shit. Um, and that was actually probably about 3 years ago because I think this is my third season with these clubs. Um, so yeah, I think that math might check out. But that's basically how I did it. And still to this day, I've never bought a brand new driver. I bought like I have a Titleist TSI 2, which I think was the 2021 model. And I bought it in 2022. Whatever it is, like if it was the 22, I bought it in 23, or if it was the 21, I bought it in 20. I bought it when it was a year old. And I've been playing with that ever since. So I've had probably 3 years, 3 or 4 years with this driver. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I've never, and I've bought a brand new hybrid too, and irons and wedges, but I've never bought a brand new driver.
I mean, I know like I'm a ways away from even trying to get fitted because I mean I've had two lessons so far. They went decent, but still it's like my swing's all over the place. And it's like just like watching a video of my swing makes you want to throw up. You know what I mean? Like
So
I mean,
that
good that
would
you're getting
be,
lessons though.
yeah, that would be my thing is with, so it's twofold because being so new to the game, you don't quite know really what you need or like patterns. Like to a golf coach, patterns are there, but patterns aren't quite there for club fitting yet. Um, so I would definitely spend more time and money on lessons and learning how to play than I would and playing as well than I would on clubs just yet. Once you feel a little bit better and if you start working with someone and they can kind of tell you like, hey, maybe you want to look into something. Um, because a lot of times it's not exactly the clubs or the clubs are a very finer adjustment. But that being said, there are times where a better fitting club does make your life a little bit easier. So there's a balance there. But regardless, spending more time playing, learning, practicing is going to be short term better than spending money on clubs because if you're like ripping it off the toe with whatever club you have now, and it's you buy a new one, it's like you're probably still gonna hit it off the toe. And so we didn't change anything here. Or it's like, if you hit some balls fat, some balls thin, some balls good, that has nothing to do with the club. That's all about the skill of where the low point is and things like that. So that's where like a actual coach or an actual instructor, that's where their real value is. Because I mean, even for me, so it's like my journey's a little bit different because I played in high school and um our golf team though was just the hockey players that played their fall sport because whatever reason there was an unwritten rule that hockey players don't play football, so none of us did. Um then I didn't play for 4 years in college, picked it back up in grad school, had my old irons, and then I immediately bought new ones. But that's because I was out there like kind of still knocking it around a little bit. Um and I think I wanted them. So that's another thing too. It's like a big piece of golf shit is if you want it and think about getting it. Need it, want and need are very different things when it comes to golf. Like
either
Yeah.
I would say are there any specialty clubs like a lob wedge like you would
no,
suggest, or at this point it's just doesn't matter.
yeah, so I mean, I would definitely make sure that you have something for around the greens, whether that's a 56, a 60 degree. I mean, my bag is weird. I go 52, 58 degrees. Um, you want something to chip with. Even though like some old timers will tell you, oh, hey, all you need is the bump and run. And it's like, yeah, I mean, the bump and run's great until you need to take it upstairs or, you need to fly a bunker. Like, you probably want something there. I wouldn't worry about it being brand new. I wouldn't worry about, oh, well, the grooves are worn out. It's not going to spin. It's like, I don't even really spin my wedges. Or at least not intentionally. It's like when I'm practicing, I can get there, but then it's like when it's time to play, it's time to play. And it's like, I'm not worrying about fucking spin.
I mean, most of the time, I feel like with, especially when you watch the pros on TV, when they hit a wedge shot into the green and they spin it back, I feel like 80% of that is the undulations in the green, right? Like they're good enough to hit it within, a 10 to 15 foot circle or, 10 foot radius, I should say. Um, so they can pick a spot and be like, if I land it right there, it's going to be on the hill and it's going to spin back, right? Because like I mean, I'm sure they can do it because they're pros, right? But I feel like I said, maybe close to like 80% of that crazy backward spin you see is because they hit it off of a bank and it rolled all the way back too.
So that's the other piece when it comes to like spin. And again, all you need is just like something to work with, something to learn with, something to mess like to practice. Like you just need something. Because these guys, and especially because this is what always ends up happening. Everyone's like always like watching TV. Well, their clubs are brand new. Like I think it was always rumored that like Tiger got a new lob wedge every week. I think that was the rumor. Every time he played a tournament, he had a brand new lob wedge, hit it 20 times out of the bunker, and then that was the lob wedge for the week. We can't do that. That's craziness. They have brand new balls. They have premium balls. They have premium conditions, premium fairways. They're hitting from great spots. And then yes, when you see a ball like come back like crazy, that is usually off the slope. When it one hop stop or like hops still gain some distance stops. That's probably like a relatively flat lie. Um, but nothing. I mean, kind of bringing it full circle. Nothing is going to beat reps and instruction, in my opinion. That's where the money is because because I train a lot of kids too, and a lot of them get into golf, and I'm like, you're not ready to know how to even get fit yet because there's not enough reps in um, for most people who are new to the game. Because it's like, again, if you get fit for this, like, based on the way you swing now, and then you're seeing it's like, oh, I'm hitting these weird hooks. And it's like, oh, well, your driver's too light and too whippy. And it's like, I just spent $500 on this thing because I got fit for it. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. So I would spend most of your time and money. I would say get what you need and probably not more than that.
Word.
And then
Okay.
more reps, more instruction. That would be my button on that. And then if you can because if this is your first full year, if you can get through next year and still playing frequently and even like whether it's the same or more than you did this year, um, you can maybe start to have some of those conversations.
Word.
Yeah. And
Is
then
there?
even like doing kind of similar to, not that I have all the answers, but do something similar to like what I did with that middle set, right? So like you start out with like the whatever you can scrape by with, and then maybe you buy a set that's like 2 years old, right? So you're like, okay, all right, or one to three, call it. And you're like, all right, it's newer, right? Like it's they've got some of like the more later technology, and then eventually go for that home run.
And especially like TaylorMade and Callaway, um, because they typically release irons every year. Usually, if you go like 3 or 4 years back, they're gonna be cheaper. They're gonna be like, especially Mel, do you know any of the line like Stealth? When did that Stealth
Yeah.
come out? Is that about 4 years ago?
Yeah, I was gonna say 22.
So like TaylorMade Stealth came out approximately 4 years ago. So like the Stealth irons are probably very like affordable used eBay stores, whatever. But they're also gonna be very forgiving. So it's like, if you get through next season, there's going to be something like that in the TaylorMade or the Callaway line where it's going to be pretty forgiving. It's going to be pretty affordable. And it's like if you feel like you need like a little bit of an upgrade because you've been playing more and hitting a little bit better, like that's a good middle ground before going through like a full bag fitting. And then
I
the other
think
thing
I've
with the
seen 5 years, right? I've heard
for
that, and
what?
I've seen people say usually 5 years is when you start to notice the difference of
Not in
equipment. So like,
irons. Not in
okay,
irons. And
yeah,
even in drivers, like drivers are pretty maxed out.
yeah.
Um yeah, I think I went 7 with a set of irons. And honestly, the only reason I even switched them was when I went for the fitting, we just found a little bit of a better setup. But we are talking like the minutia of it all. Like I could have played because like some of my best rounds are with my old clubs, and some of my better rounds are with my new clubs. It's doesn't matter. Like the best. This is the best. So I got in 2016. I got a set of Titleist irons. I got delivery notification that they had been delivered to work. I'm on the golf course, and I shot an even par 9 holes with clubs that I was right about to get rid of. So it's usually not. It's usually not the instrument. It's usually the guy behind it. So yeah, I wouldn't go crazy um worrying about too much of that. And then I would also like if you like your instructor and whoever you're taking lessons from, I would just really lean on them to like almost guide your journey, guide your way. Um and then if you do see want to go get fit, are you up in New Hampshire?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with exact specific places, but I would try to avoid a club champion. I would try to avoid a uh PJ
Golf
Superstore is
Galaxy.
fine. Like if you don't buy from them, it's fine. Or like take the info and leave and then evaluate. Because there's just like they try to do a lot of upselling. Like
Or
Club Champion's known for a couple things. They try to put people into like $800 driver shafts. So it's like this $600 driver is now a thousand plus. They try to sell everyone on that puring, which is like they spin the shaft around in a certain way to find the perfect balance. It doesn't matter. Like puring doesn't matter. You don't need an $800 driver shaft. Like my driver shaft is the stock TSI 2, which is the same one he plays. And I've cut it down arbitrarily and I've put lead tape on the shaft arbitrarily. So I don't think an $800 driver is going to give me a whole lot more, or an $800 driver shaft, let alone the fucking club, is going to give me a whole lot more. So yeah, like Club Champion's known for that. What's the other one? Do you know the one in Waltham, Bello?
Is that Golf Galaxy?
No, because Golf Galaxy and PJ Superstore, they'll try to upsell you too, but they won't do crazy shit like that. They might try to sell
Yes.
you on Puring or something. I
Yeah,
think
it's right on the highway, right on
yeah, it's right off
95.
the fucking highway. True Spec
Yeah, True Spec.
might be
Yeah.
True Spec.
Yep, it
I
is.
think
I just looked it up.
in so what I mean. So then all that to say, I actually prefer um doing a little bit of homework and making sure it's not a very corporate gig like that. So like the last time I went to a golf course with a guy that I trusted, Joe and Lee's does good fittings in Easton, Mass. So you don't have to schlep your way all the way down here, but try to avoid the big places because they try to upsell you on bullshit.
or also, so last Sunday I got the opportunity to play the CEO of one of my the company I work for, and he was like, "Oh, it's like no pressure, or whatever." It was me and two other company guys, and they were all very good. No one said anything to me, but I like felt like a dick being there just because I was so awful. I was like, should I have been like? I mean, I was pretty upfront, being like, "Hey guys, like I'm brand new here." Like, do you think like that was poor on my part, or should I just like like good on me and that I went for it.
Nope. So you were invited. So if you're invited and you'd be like, listen, I'd love to play with you guys. I'm just not very good. And still go, hey, that's fine. Then cool. So, uh, in some circles, I'm the best player most people have ever played with. In some circles, I suck ass. So, all that to say, like on paper, my handicap index is 4 right now. And I've been as low as on paper, I've been in the ones. Um, so yeah, I've played like I can play this game, and I've played with all levels. So even at my course, I've played with plus handicaps, I've played with 20 handicaps. The only thing I care about is playing at an appropriate pace because a lot of people say if you're going to play bad, play fast. And it's like, well, no, 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 don't play fast. Play correct. Um and don't be a dick. Like so luckily you were playing with people you knew, so it's like no issue there. Um like no one wants to hear about like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." It's like, "No, man, like get it. You're new to this." So it's like hit it, find it or don't. Hit another one, find it or don't. But as long as you just kind of keep the pace of the group, no one's going to ever care. And if they do, they're an asshole. Because again,
Yeah.
it's like, so it, like, say the three of us went out and played. The only thing that would kind of drive me crazy is if you like smoke one in the woods and you're in there looking for it forever. And it's like, hey, man, that's like gone. And then on the next hole, you do it again. And on the third hole, it's like, you're kind of like fishing through the water for like that shit drives me crazy because it's like I understand you're learning whatever, but it's like you're not doing the things on the golf course that would actually like help you learn the game, play the game, whatever. Like you're wandering around the woods like picking up golf balls. And it's like once, twice is fine, but like every hole it's too much and it's like um it's just like man the ball's gone, dude. Like I don't know I don't know what to tell you. But like, and I hate to say that, but it's like even with one of my friends, good player, single digit handicap, I'm like, I fucking ran out of gas. Like, I'm like, dude, you're in the woods again. Like, I'm fucking sick of looking for this shit. Um, so no, I always say it's like you always if you can just keep the pace with the group and just be a good guy. Like no one's going to care because no one's
Yeah.
going to care what you shot. They're only going to care what they shot unless they've got their own issues. In which, like, some people do that to me. They're almost like, "Oh, do you know where you're at?" I go, "Nah, I don't know." And they're like, "Oh, you don't know your score?" I go, "Oh, I got to add it up." Or they're like, "Oh, what club did you hit?" I'm like, "Dude, relax. It's okay. Like, it's all right. Everything's fine."
Yeah,
Um,
there was like a couple holes where like they're par threes. They each shot got on the green. Mine went like 10 feet. And I said, you know what, guys, I'm just gonna pick this up and not play this hole. Let's move
Yeah,
along.
yeah. I mean, it's so even like when Mel was getting into it, we'd go to my place and this was my old course and it's a little tricky, it's a little tight, like you lose a lot of golf balls, whatever. But it's like, when he was still like learning, I pulled his ball out of the bunker. I'm like, you're not hitting bunker shots. There's no point. You are not like you're not gonna like, yes, you need to learn this at some point, but like you need to learn
Today's
how to
not the
hit this.
day.
Well, I
Yeah.
was gonna say you need to learn how to hit this chip first, which you
Yeah.
don't know how to do yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't let him hit out of bunkers. Um, if he was having a tough time getting to the green, I go, dude, just come. I go, come up and putt, like just putt from anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
um, and I think as long as people know like you're a beginner, be like, hey, I'm just, I don't want to slow us down, so it's like I'm just gonna pick this up. I'll go putt with you guys. Yeah, cool. They're not gonna care.
Yeah.
And again, anyone there, I mean, because I mean, there's assholes in every realm of life anyway. So it's like, yeah, some people will be like, oh, you're not gonna play it out. It's like, no, man, I'm just learning. I'm trying to have a good time. Just trying to
At
keep it
that
moving.
point, that's when you turn around and be like, "Did you see my shot?"
So you're not gonna play it out, bro. I'm fucking taking too many shots here. Like,
Be like, "Do you
we got
want me to turn this into a 6 hour
we
round?"
got
Like,
we gotta get we gotta get this show on the road.
yeah.
But then again, like, because there's like a mantra. If it's like play well. If you can't play well, play fast. Whatever. And I'm like, you don't need to play fast. Just keep up with the group, and
Yeah.
seriously, no one's gonna care. That is it.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. Like with it, sometimes people get locked in on like the play fast thing, and then you get anxious, and then you get nervous, and then you play like shit worse, right? Because
Yeah.
you're flustered, you're not paying attention. Like, oh man, I gotta play quick. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. This group, that person, this. Where it's like, yeah, if you're just playing at the same speed as everyone else in the group, if it happens to be a slow group, it's a slow group, right? Like that, those happen.
Yeah, or a slow day.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you're going to run into this occasionally. You're going to get a course where, what is it, 4:15? Like 4 hours and 15 minutes is supposed to be the pace of an 18 hole round. If you're playing out like a 4:24, like someone's like a range is going to come up to you and be like, hey, pick up the pace, right? And it's like 90% of the time you can look at him and be like, hey man, go fucking pound sand, right? I'm playing 10 minutes behind pace. Like, like, but some places are going to do that because especially now with the game being more popular and technology, the carts are all GPS, right? Like I played shit, where did I play? New England Country Club. I played with my buddy a few weeks ago and they have brand new golf carts with GPSs in the cart, right? So there's no more ranger that drives around the course to yell at you to pick up the pace. They just sit at different locations on the course. And when we got to him, he was like, "Hey guys, you're playing at a whatever pace, or you're like 12 minutes behind. Pick it up." And we were like, "All right, yeah, like we certainly can, but like there's no one behind us." And he was like, he was nice about it. And he goes, listen, guys, I'm not trying to bust balls. And he goes, but I'm getting calls from the pro shop because there's GPS on your cards. So just do your best to keep up with the group in front of you. Don't worry that the group behind you isn't up your ass. And I was like, all right, I get it. Like I respect that. Like I get it. Because again, he was nice about it, but you're gonna run into that eventually at some point, right? And it's
Yeah.
just the keep the normal pace, right? And know that, like Bob said, there's assholes everywhere.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is you want to play with the group, and you want to be behind the group in front of you. But that's a general thing, and it's like you kind of can't make people move faster. Like I can play, like I've been there. Like I'm like, fuck, we're out of position. So it's like I can move faster, and I just can't. Outside of being like, hey guys, we're behind. They're like, oh, are we? And it's like, okay, well they don't believe they are, so they're not gonna like that. Like that's like the pace of play thing. Um, in event, like when I play events and stuff, it's like, hey, keep up with in front of you. It's like, okay, well, everyone reasonably should have the ability to do that. But like a public course on like a weekend, it's gonna be slow as hell anyway. Um, so it's like, even then, you're not gonna really piss off the staff too much. Again, you really just want to make sure like the people that you're in the group with, because you want to have a good time. They're the ones you have to like directly interact with. So just kind of read the room on like how they're moving, and then just meet that. Because yes, theoretically, all these courses are gonna have 420, 430, like fucking where the fuck did I play? They said like 4 hours. I go, no chance. There is no way we're getting this home in 4 hours. Absolutely not. Um, shit, I can't remember where that was. Um, but yeah, it just depends on the setting too. But like public golf is slow, so it's like that's why you don't have to really worry about like the 410, the 420, whatever. And it's just like, where are we amongst that? Where am I amongst this group?
Right. By the way, are you guys members anywhere? Like, is there a point where membership becomes worth it? It's like look at the places around me, like math wise, it's like not worth it. I've got to play a course like 25 times a season, make membership worth it, unless there's like things I'm not taking into consideration. I mean, obviously tea times are good, but
Yeah, so I've been a member at two places, and I've been at those places for the last must be 10 seasons. So so one, everyone's uh financial situation is unique. So the value question becomes tough at a certain point. But so when you join a golf club, for me, I'm looking at how many members, so like how busy is it? So if I want to sneak out and play when I want to, can I? Is there a range? Is there practice areas? Like what golf type things are available to me? Um, and then yeah, obviously money comes into play at some point, but it's like yeah, because there's courses I straight up cannot afford. Um, but money is actually after what I'm looking for. And like even my club right now, so like yes, I'm in a good spot where my club is very reasonably priced. We have a small membership because it's a 9, 10 hole course, whatever, but it's 9 holes basically. Um, we have a range, and my proximity to work is very good. So, and then the nature of my job allows me to do this, but if I want to play at 9:30, generally speaking, I can get out at 9:30 and I don't need to find people. I can just kind of go. Um, and I've been playing solo rounds since I got back into playing. Um, but some people are looking for more than that. They're looking for amenities for their kids, or like, is the restaurant good for their wife? And it kind of just depends on what you're looking for in that sense. But yeah, usually with a private, again, just depends. It really depends on like what some of them cost, because it's like, I was even going through a course that's down the Cape. It's 65 down, it's 20K a year. And I'm like, that's just like there's no getting the value for that. Like there's no getting the
Yeah.
value for that, right?
Yeah, there's no amount of times that you can play like
No, no,
realistically in a year that's going to
there's
make
no
that worth
value
it.
there. So it's like, but like half the membership is like the social club, the social aspect, the restaurant, the gym, this, that, the other thing. And it's like people live down that way. So it's like it's a little bit of cost of doing business in a way. Um, and then there's people with, because like a lot of these courses too, they'll have like weekday only, or a limited play membership. So it's like some people get like a social membership because they're only going to play at that place like a handful of times, but they'll practice as well. Some clubs are a part of a community, so it's like you pay a little bit more, but if you want to go down the Cape, like so, our buddy is a member at a place in Jesus Christ, in Haverhill, must be in Haverhill. Um, so he goes up there and plays. If he wants to go down the Cape, there's a reciprocal. And then if he wants to go to Virginia, they've got a course in Virginia. They've got a course in Puerto Rico. So it's like some of these courses are part of a network. And I know I'm getting way down the weeds, but there's a lot that goes into it beyond just cost per round, in my opinion. And again, all of that to say, you probably want to be playing probably once. You probably want to be playing at least once a week before you even start considering that. And then when you do think you're going to pull the trigger, I would recommend being able to play, probably get to the golf course 2, 3, 4 days a week. Because and like it might be something like, again, you don't have to tell me what you do for work or anything, but like you might say at 7 a.m. I've got time. So you go to the range at 7 a.m. and then you come back and you get on with your day. Or you're done early with work, so it's like I can go to the range at 5 o'clock and I can practice. And you do that twice a week, and then you
Or you
play
can
18
hit
holes and
like the chipping area, right? If they
yeah,
have a practice green.
yeah, and then or it's like, I'll play 9 holes, I'll play 18 holes, and I'll practice twice. And then it's like, if dollar for dollar, you might not be getting like a formulaic value, but there's also some other things that you can't put a dollar on, like if I show up, uh, tomorrow afternoon, like I might have the chipping green to myself. So it's like I can chip, I can hit longer shots, I can go putt, and I can do that for like however long I want to. Um, and it's like, I don't really have a dollar value to that, but that's valuable to me because of, how, like, the type of play. And I genuinely like practicing and getting better, or, better in some capacities. Um, so I genuinely like doing that. So it's like, again, it's like, so is that worth $20, $40? I don't know. So,
Yeah.
um, but I think a club is tough, without treating it as a disposable income thing, because there are people at my place, they're members at like three places. There's no meeting that value the same way that there's no meeting 20K a year. Um, Now my course is very reasonable, but some publics have memberships, so it's like a season pass where it's like 1,000, $1,500, something like that for the year, and you get preferred tee times, and your golf is prepaid. Now you play with the public, but it's a good way to get a lot of golf in at a reasonable cost.
Yeah. Sandwich Hollows
Um,
does that down on the Cape.
yeah,
They
there's a
have a
lot.
they have a public membership.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that will actually do that, like season pass stuff.
Yeah. Some places will do like punch cards. Like they'll give you
Yep,
like a 10, like you can buy 10 rounds up front and you'll get, 10% off, something like that.
yep. So there are definitely options to look into, like a semi-private. They call them semi-private, semi-public, whatever the fuck it is. But some publics will have programs, and those are usually pretty good too. Especially if you're trying to play, you just got to be a little bit organized to get the tee times, like to be organized enough to like make a tee time when you actually want to go.
And then
Because I think some of that stuff will fill up fast.
the downside from that is that it becomes a little bit more difficult to like play some other places too, right? Again, it depending on your situation and how much the course is, right? If you're paying 10 grand a year for a golf membership, like, well, you're going to want to play there as much as you can to make that worth it. Like, are you going to pay 10 grand a year for your club? And then, if you only play, say you only play twice a week, right? Are you going to play, that's 8 times a month. So are you going to play 4 times somewhere else? Right. So
Yep.
now you're only playing 50% of your time at this course. You're spending more money, right? On golf, on courses that you're not a member of, that you haven't prepaid for. So it can get economically dumb, right? Like it just doesn't make sense, right? Like,
It-
and again, it all depends on you and your situation, how much money it is too. If you get like one of those public passes, it's like 1,500 a month, 1,500 a season, right? And you're going to be able to play there, at least 15 times. Well, now that's worth it because that's about $100 a round, right? And then if you want to play 15 times at other courses, right? For 30 times in a year is a lot. And now you got the best of both worlds, right? It's just you gotta kind of find something that works for you.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. So like, Hannah's dad's a member at like a nice private club. Essentially, we can just kind of go with him whenever we want or he's available. So I think that's
Yeah.
our play for like the season. Next season, we're just gonna
I
play with him
would,
there and then go
I
wherever we
would,
want.
I would abuse that privilege. Because again, it's like, so my advice would actually be, I go, no, I wouldn't look into a club yet. I would look into getting, keeping track, like, how much am I playing? How much do I like being out there? Like what frustrates me? And like, if a private club solves those questions, cool. Because sometimes, in my area, there are some busy private clubs where sometimes you can't even get the tea time you want. So it's like you pay that for the year, and it's like, well, I gotta. I gotta play between like 8 and 10, and it's like, oh well, there's a seniority thing for 8 to 10, but if you want to play at two, it's like that's okay, and it's like I don't want to play at two. I want to play in the morning, like. So no, I would definitely use those privileges. And again, I would just play as much as you can, and you know, part of that. Well, once you start playing a little bit more, you'll start learning a little bit more about like, all right, what do I like? What do I value? What's important to me? Because again, for me, it's like the biggest thing for me in a club, and why, because a lot of people, because I did move, so it's like, my club's half hour for me, and then some of the days I leave there, it's like traffic, so it's like could be 35, 45, 50 minutes, who the hell knows. And a lot of people are like, oh, are you going to leave? And I go, no, because of proximity to work. That is number one, first and foremost, the most important thing in my membership is proximity to work. And then yes, cost, because um, the price is right, the course is right, the membership's right, because there are other courses that I could look into, but I'm not interested. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I
it's not
was
it's not the easiest of answers there, but I definitely so more or less what your biggest advice is gonna be: play as much as you can the rest of this year, play as much as you can next year. I would even say be flexible with your temperature gauges. I mean, it'll be a little bit colder for you up there, but uh, sometimes when it's 50, no one's out there, and it's like that seems cold, but course to yourself is nice too.
yeah. I just went back and looked. I started tracking in 2018. So I think 2017 I was just trying to do whatever, like just get out as what and do what I could. So starting in 2018, I played 40 times. And then straight up from 19 forward. So 19 was 49. 2020 was 76.
And when you did times out, that was nines, that was 18s. It's
It's
just when you went, or was it all
it's
nines?
round yeah, it's nine, it's nines, rounds of nine. So
Okay.
like if I played 18, I counted that as two.
Yeah, okay. So 76 might really be like 50 times going to the golf course or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So then
45.
2021 was 83. 2021 was a good year. That was also, I think, COVID with we had
Remember
a
when you
lot of
barely
nothing
had,
to do.
remember when you used to like never have to like work your job?
Yeah, yeah, I had a job too that I didn't actually have to work. So that was nice. Um, so 2022 was 77 rounds. 2023 was 43. Um,
Was the kid born in 2023?
my kid was born in
Yeah.
2023. Yeah. And now at this point, I'm looking at anywhere from like 15 to 25 a year. Um, but I mean, I, kind of like what Bob was saying was I was trying to get out and play as much as I could. So that whatever 2021, I had 83 rounds, right? So I might have got out 60 times, right? Like, um, but yeah, having a job that I didn't actually have to work and COVID and everything, right? It's just I was able to play a lot that year, but safely probably somewhere between 50 and 75 before I had a kid.
Yeah. Well, even when I got back into playing in grad school, I didn't have a membership or anything. So there was a course reasonably close to me, and they had a twilight rate, and it was like $18 after 5 o'clock. Play as much as you can, full knowing that darkness usually gets in the way. You're gonna have to walk, whatever. But I used to do that even 3 days a week,
Yeah.
like back then. So um, there's always a way without having to join a club, because joining a club it's especially now, because a lot of prices have gone up, like a lot. It needs to be way more calculated than it used to be. Like, I know a guy, he's been a member at he's with me at Sharon now. He used to be at Brockton, he used to be at Wampatuck, he used to be at Presidents, he used to be at one of the other nine holes, whatever. And I'm just like, you've been a member at like five places. but it used to be easier to bounce to these different things or different passes. It's like it's getting increasingly more difficult to do that. Um, and I don't think that it's necessary.
Yeah,
One
a
of
lot
the
of
things that
places. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
no, I was saying one of the things that's been like frustrating with like public courses is playing with like random people. So it's like, Hannah golf too, it's something we can do together. But it's like the past couple times, we like last week, we played with like we got paired with two 14-year olds, which they were nice enough, but it was like awkward as hell. Kind of felt like we were babysitting a little bit. And we for that was like these two guys who were again nice enough, but they were like obviously kind of a little buzzed already when they were like teeing off. It was just like, man, this kind of sucks. So like
Yeah.
today, we took a 9-hole course. So I just booked 4 spots. I went, I was fully prepared. It was like $25 to play. I'll just give you 100 if we play by ourselves. But is there like a better way to do that than just like getting paired with random people? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before that a lot of times because I play almost exclusively as a single. Um, and a lot of times, like there's a golf course 5 minutes from my house, so a lot of times I get paired up or they throw me in with other people, and um, I've said quite a bit that who you play with can have more of an effect on your round than really almost anything else. Or like if you're playing with shitbag people or whatever, like I would almost rather play with someone who is absolutely horrible, but like doesn't say a fucking word than someone who is like pretty good, but like doesn't shut the fuck up. Right. And it's like talks about dumb shit or like makes dumb comments or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you're like, we're here. I'm here to play my game. You're here to play your game. Like, let's just play. And I'm not going to like stomp my feet like a child and be like, I'm not talking to anybody. Like, I'm perfectly fine having a conversation with anybody that I play with. But like, I can very quickly lose interest if I realize right away, like, you're just a fucking moron or like, you're just a shitbag, right? Like, if you're going to be a dickhead about everything or, like, there's certain times where I'm like, all right, I want nothing to do with this person that I'm playing with. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that I don't think there's any real way around that. You kind of just, I mean, outside of like knowing the course and knowing what it attracts and then playing in the right courses, right? So, I mean, a lot of times, obviously, it's a cliche, right? But people say you get what you pay for. So if you're gonna go to, there's a course near me in South Attleboro called Stony Lee. It's an absolute fuck. It's like a dust bowl, right? Like by the time you get to like July or August, because they don't water the anything. So like you're by like August, you're hitting off of fucking dirt piles and rocks, and it's an absolute shitbag course, but it's like $30 to play 18. So like you can't really beat that price, but you're gonna get the $30 around crowd there,
Yeah.
right? So like you you gotta be a little bit realistic, right? Like, do I want to spend $100 every time I play golf? No, not particularly, right? I'm lucky enough the course that's 5 minutes away from me. They take incredibly good care of their course, and it's $50 to walk 18. So I try to play as much as I can, right? I think so. I think riding 18 is probably 70. But I don't mind walking. And so like $50 to walk at a course that's that nice and well kept, that's all I need, right? But like again, you're gonna get some of the $50 crowd. If you go to somewhere where it's, $120 for the round, that's obviously gonna price out a certain type of person, right? And you're gonna get different people there. So I don't know. I mean, but again, like I said, I don't want to spend $120 a round every time I go play.
Yeah, and I will say, because of been there again when I was playing those Twilight rounds, like, I'd get a good crew. I would get, I still remember, I can't remember what the guy said. Someone on the first tee box, I'm like, hey man, I'm Bobby. And he's like, he said something so fucking weird to me. I go, we will not be talking the rest of the day. And like, he didn't say anything, like, he didn't insult me or anything, but he said something so weird and so I go, I won't say a word to this person. And I couldn't have been more content because it's like I can talk, I cannot, it doesn't matter. And it's like, there's a wide range. Um, I will say, even at privates, in order to get out there, like you'll play with people sometimes. And, there are people I like, there's people I don't mind. Only one guy at my course I will not play with. There's one guy, will not play with him. He's a fucking lunatic and he was a fucking jackass. The one time I played with him once, good enough for me. I don't know if he found Jesus because I think he threatened to kill someone in the club championship, and then he was like going around like doing apologies the next year. He's like, he goes, oh man, like I think I was like, I think last year, like whatever, I was kind of like what, like he went up to someone, he's like, I think, I kind of got into it with you, and it's like it didn't need to be that way, and I'm like, this must be step something to anger management because you don't go from that in the fall to that in the spring unless a sponsor's dictating that you do. He's the only guy I will not play with. Will not. And then there's people I'd prefer not to, but I'm good. So you do get a little bit of the random too. In private clubs bring their own types of issues as well. People think they're important and they're not. Um, because deep down, anyone that plays enough golf is truly just a degenerate. So there's nothing like they try to hide behind it, and it's like you don't have to do this. I don't care, and I see right through you.
One more question for you guys.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, obviously the goal is just getting better, but like, I think probably, I mean, obviously I'd love to break 100 one day. I mean, so played 9 holes today, 36 par. I shot 72, full transparency. So I mean, is there like, I really should, like, break 130, break 120? Like, is there like, does that matter as a goal, or like, what's your best suggestion? Like, what's the goal I should set as I'm getting better? It's like, no, I'm getting better.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question. So, in hear me out first, because I know 72 through 9 holes it's the answer is gonna be everything.
Yeah.
What glaringly from your 72, like what really stands out to you as like, man, I got to figure this out so I can start enjoying this game. And some of the things it could be off the tee, it could be from the fairway, it could be putting, or it could even be like I top the ball. I hit so far behind it that I can't advance the ball. Does anything specifically kind of scream out to you?
The three most glaring things is off the tee. I can't hit my driver whatsoever.
Yep.
My two best drives today was I used my 3 wood
Yep.
instead of my driver. Definitely topping the ball a lot. But once like I can hit a good iron shot, not consistently, but when I do, I can. Um, Last thing, I mean, I can't hit my fairways either. So I besides off the tee, I can't use my fairways on the actual fairway.
Yep. So there's a couple routes that you can go. And so for example, my coach, he told me one time, he goes, a guy said to him, he goes, I need to break 90. And coach looked at him and goes, okay, do you care how we do it? He goes, no. Goes, all right. He goes, all I need to know is what's your favorite club? He goes, 9 iron. Goes, all right. How far do you hit your 9 iron? He goes, 100 yards. He goes, perfect. He goes, we will be breaking 90 today. So you need a course that's not too complicated and not too crazy. And they step up to a 300-yard hole. Goes, okay, grab the 9 iron. He goes, what? We're off the tee. He goes, grab it. Hits the 9 iron, has 200 yards, hits the 9 iron, has 100 yards, hits the 9 iron, 2 putts or 5. And that guy broke 90 that day. with a similar strategy. It's like, okay, so the hole's a little bit longer than 300. It's like, okay, so we are going to have to hit something besides the 9 iron right now. Like, so you do need to do that, but breaking golf down a little bit more. So that would be an example. I tell that story as an example of like scoring golf because there's scoring golf and then there's playing. Now, I could say that to some people and they'll be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I've never broke 90, I will not play like that. And I go, I don't see why. Like, but they're like, no, no, no. I want to play like, I want to hit something longer off the tee. Like, I want to play it more traditionally. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Um, so I think and you can this is all just ideas of to how to guide because personality comes a lot into this. Like I just said, like someone I just said like if they really want to break, nine whatever, it's like just hit your favorite club and just kind of keep hitting it. And actually there was a program, I think it's called the scoring method, Will Robbins or something. And that was his whole thing was getting people to break 90 where you would have like zones and you would just try to hit it into a general zone and then you would try to hit that next one into a general zone. And there was like a little bit like, okay, off the tee, like, do I have a clear line? And it's like, yes. It's like, can I reach the green? Maybe. It's like, okay, just hit it into this zone, like probably like 100 yards and in. Then hit that on the green, two putts, whatever. So I still think we're a little ways away from scoring, but the reason I tell you that is to give you just a different perspective on how golf needs to be. I'll also tell you, like hitting fairway woods, like off the deck, like off the grass, like not from the teeing box. I don't hit my 3 wood off the deck. I don't do it. So if you're wondering, like, man, I can't hit my 3 wood, I'm like, well, neither can I. So let me know. Let me know if you figure it out.
Well, that was actually one of the things that you told me from the very beginning because I asked. I was like, all right, because I obviously when we were gonna make the Franken set, right? I was like, all right, so what clubs do I need? And you're like, all right, well, we'll just get a driver, and then some wedges and then the putter. And I was like, all right, well, what about like a 3 wood? You're like, you don't need a 3 wood. I was like, oh, well, 5 wood? No, you don't need one of those either. I was like, oh, what about a 3 iron? They're like, no, you don't need a 3 iron. So like
Yeah, we settled
that
on a
was one of the
hybrid.
yeah,
So I think truthfully we could have went 5 wood, so we are like arguing semantics now. But
right, right.
yeah, so we went driver to hybrid because so the 3 wood is in my bag. I only use it when there's a crossing hazard. So it's like if driver is going to be too much gas for me, I hit 3 wood. But like a lot of times, even 3 wood's too much gas, so I have to hit a 5 wood or a hybrid or something. So um, but yeah, it's like most people can't hit a 3 wood off the deck. And then again, there's always someone, they've got a 3 wood from 2007. It's probably that R7 3 wood. Thing was a fucking rocket launcher. And it's like the best club in their bag. And it's like, oh my God, how do you do that? And it's like, I don't know. Like, got lucky. Like, you got
Yeah.
lucky on a club. Like, everyone's usually got one that they love, and some people do. But yeah, it's like for most people, 3 wood is actually an extremely difficult club to hit. Um, it's almost as long as a driver. It's got no loft on it, so it's like you need to be pretty good to hit a 3 wood. And yes, I will hit it if there's nothing out there, but like my club, the par five, it has to cover water. So I'm like, all right, well, if I don't hit this perfect, it's gonna like nosedive into the water. So it's like I never hit it. Um, but going back to so obviously like number one most important is for you is striking the ball. Like we gotta get you like you gotta spend as much time as you can just striking the golf ball and getting used to ball in air in my opinion because the top like because you can't do anything with the top like there's no almost had it it's like no you can't do anything with the top um so like ball in air would be a pretty or contact on the face and ball in air are pretty important because I'm sure there's a couple times where it's like I almost missed that thing and now it just shot like dead left or dead right, whatever. Um, and there's a couple ways that I like to kind of do that is so the easiest one would be hit more balls, whatever method that is. A sneaky way is if you have the space, the room, the anything, is hitting a foam ball because it's still striking a golf ball. Whether that is uh with an iron and something to hit off of, or if it's driver where you just put a rubber tee on the ground and just don't bottom it out, or have something that you're hitting off of. So like in the winter, uh I used to I used to have an $18,000 launch monitor and a screen and a computer and all this stuff in my facility. It didn't belong to me, it belonged to someone who rented space. Uh so I used to have all that. And then this winter I was hitting a foam ball against a concrete wall. So that's how I practiced all winter. And I came out of the winter. I was hitting it so good. I was hitting it so good. I bought a the divot board, which is my little thing to hit off of, and I was hitting a foam ball against the wall. So you could hit a foam ball against a net, into a bed sheet, whatever you got, like again, whatever you got room or space for. Um, and then I think too, I think, keep a legitimate score. Once you start getting in the 50s, then you can start setting like, okay, I want to break 100. And then when you want to break 100, it's like thinking your way through that. Like, okay, where am I really fucking screwing this up? And where can I maybe like untraditionally find a way to score? Like the 3 9 irons off the tee, or um, I'm gonna hit 7 iron off every tee because it's I'm just going to try to score. And then you can back it up from there. It's like, okay, now I want to break 100 hitting what I consider traditional golf or whatever. Um, but that's kind of like what my progression would be, is just hit as many balls as you can when you can. And then the other piece too, uh, I don't buy that golf is all about putting and chipping. I think scoring is all about putting and chipping, because even if we told you it's like, oh, dude, just like it's all about chipping and putting, it's like, okay, I'm having a problem getting there. I can't. I just told you I'm not hitting it off the tee, and like I topped it and I can't hit a 3 wood. So it's like, how do I get to chipping? But developing that type of feel, because usually you can go to a public course and spend half hour just kind of like chipping, putting. Um, I actually think, like, if I was develop, I'm not a golf coach, so what I'm about to say is purely opinionated. If I was going to teach someone how to like actually score, it would start on the green. Like, make a bunch of 3 footers, make a bunch of 5 footers, stretch it out. Can you 2 putt from 20 feet, 30 feet, like at a reasonable clip? It's like, okay, let me go chip. When I chip, am I hitting the ball? Yes. Am I getting it on the green, giving myself 2 putts? Yes. Move it back a little bit. Can I still do that? Because it's all about scoring, and playing and enjoying is all about playing to the level you're at and accepting that. Like, you don't need to play the way I do. You're gonna drive yourself insane. Now, eventually, if you work at it, yeah, sure, come beat me. That's like no problem. But like where you're at now, you got to play to what you have. And that's why I'm just like, you just need to focus on getting that ball in the air. And then, you will save some strokes if you can figure out how to 2 putt 80% of the time. Or if each time you chip, it gets on the putting surface and then you 2 putt and then you're down in three. Like, just like, you don't need to chip it close. You don't need to chip it in. You don't need to make 25 footers, but you don't want a 3 putt. You don't want a 2 chip. You don't want to miss a chip. You don't want to blade it into someone's backyard. Like, almost like taking your medicine and kind of just like learning. And it's a very lame way to think, but it's kind of how it works. Forgetting about hitting like the best shots and how to make sure that I'm doing the parts I need to do to make sure I'm not making this situation worse. Um, and we see it all the time. Like, you get a bad lie, you try to pull off the hero shot, you're in worse position. Um, and I think a lot of people, because like putting, and the reason I say this is putting is so easy. But, when we play with our buddies, I'll see some putts and I go, what in the hell was that? And it's like anybody can putt, anyone, and almost anybody can chip if you just accept I'm in the rough, put me on the green. Did two putts, get the hell out of there. That's how people break 100 once we get some get a little bit more consistency with the long game. Um, Those are a lot of words. Does that kind of help? I hope I didn't say too much.
No, no, that was perfect. Yeah, I think exactly what I needed.
So I have I have a potential two-part question for you. Um, the first one is uh when you play and you keep score, do you play like quote unquote real golf? So like if you hit a ball and it goes out of bounds, you count the lost stroke, you drop the next one, and then would you be hitting three or four?
I count the
That's even
stroke. Yeah. So if I hit into woods, that's a
I
drop loose ball. I'll count the penalty stroke.
okay, so then you're
But
hitting three. Right, but is that right? Am I losing my mind? It probably depends on white stakes, red stakes. I know there's like the whole thing, but
Yeah. Um, so what I would say for most, so if you're gonna keep a score, I would say for now, yeah. So again, because this is another thing the kids do. They come at me and they go, "Oh my God, I shot 48 today." I go, "Did you?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" I go, "How many mollies did you take?"
right.
Only one. I go, "What would it have been if you didn't take that molly?" Oh, I don't know. And I go, listen, I would rather you told me you shot 52, no mollies, than shoot 48 with eh. So what? So if you hit a ball in the woods, I would say, and then yeah, if you just drop, I would say hit three. If you're gonna keep score, but if that doesn't bring you any enjoyment or satisfaction, then yeah, just hit two. But like then again, it's like then you're setting a false sense of where you're at.
So
But
then, yeah,
yeah, I mean, so
that's my part two of the
actual
question.
rules, that's not correct, but because then it depends on stakes and colors and is it
Yeah.
lost or is it in a hat? It's different from there.
So my part two of the question is, do you enjoy? Like, are you like actually having fun when you're out there?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm like
Okay.
looking forward to it like every week we go.
Okay. Then yeah, I mean, in
Yeah.
that case, then I would say probably don't change anything. Because I did that like when I very first started playing, like I would hit a ball out of bounds and I would drop a ball and I'd be like, I'm hitting my second shot, right? And then I would play from there. So it took me probably 3 years before I started playing like real golf again, like quote unquote, like following every rule. You hit the ball out. What's the stake? All right, where am I going? Like, point of entry, like that whole bullshit, whatever. Like that took me probably 3 years before I was even interested
It's down the
in,
line.
yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't bring a learning golfer much enjoyment.
But like I said, if you're having fun now and you're counting every stroke and you're doing whatever, then you don't have to change anything. But like if you get to the point where you're feeling like a little beat up by it, there's nothing wrong with being like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. This is my second shot. All right. But then like maybe you hit a great shot, you get it on the green, you two putt, and you're like, oh my God, that would have been a par, right? Like you can like feel good about yourself being like, I just made a par. And I go, yeah, I know I didn't take the penalty stroke, whatever, but like I made a par and like I feel pretty fucking good about that. Like if that's what it's gonna take to like help you out, like if you start to feel a little bit down, because we all go through it, golf fucking kicks your ass, but for some reason we still come back. And there are rounds where I mean, I just had one a couple weeks ago when we were on the Cape and I played at Highland Links. Sometimes you have a legitimate round where you play so poorly, you're like, you either say like, I think I need to take like 2 to 3 weeks off and not play, or you're legitimately like, why do I play this game? Like I am not having fun. Like that first nine on that course was just not fun. I turned it around and played a little bit better on the back nine, so it ended up being semi okay. But like that's normal. That's a very normal thing to happen. Like you're gonna go out and be like have a round where you just play like complete shit. And you're like, that really fucking sucked. And if by like the fourth hole you're just not having fun, and by the fifth tee box, you hit it way in the fucking woods. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna tee up another one. I don't really give a shit. And then you pipe it like 250 yards down the middle of the fairway. You're like, that was my first shot. I'm hitting two from the fairway down there. Fuck you. And like, if that's what you need, then just fucking take it. Who cares? Right?
Also do
Like,
I mean, I do a variation of them too myself. And again, obviously, we're talking about on a sliding scale. Like, there are days where it's like, you know what, I'm just happy to be out here. I'm not going to in my head, I'm like, this is not going to be like a counting score. So yeah, I hit the chip 3 times because I didn't like the way I hit it the first time. I'll hit two off the now. This doesn't work for public golf, but um, like I'll hit two off the tee and I'll just pick the first one up and then like kind of chew my way and then you just throw the scorecard out at the end. But yeah, like what Mel was saying is like you hit it into the woods. It's like you know what? I don't feel like hitting a punch out right now. I'll go to the fairway. Let me just take a full swing. And is it legit? No, but um, it still develops some skill. It still develops uh some enjoyment. So I personally don't see anything wrong with that. At times. But then there's also if it creates so that's I guess a couple things though. It's if you're uncomfortable with it, don't do it. And then it could create a false sense of ability if you're not like actually taking penalties or like taking your medicine and punching out or whatever. But golf should be fun, I guess. I don't know. That's what they tell me. Um, like you should enjoy it. So it's like, you know what? If you don't feel like hitting that, yeah, like he said, it's like if you don't feel like hitting that punch out, just go to the fairway, hit one. I used to do. I when he was getting back into or when he was learning, I used to do that too. I'd be like, that shot's too hard. Hit one from the fairway. Or it's like ball's gone. I go grab a wedge, go to 100 and just knock it on. Like try to just knock it on. Um, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be so fucking stuck up and so difficult all the time.
All right. Well, that's everything I had for you guys.
all right, sweet. All right. Well, I mean, you've listened to the show before, right?
Yeah,
You know how
of
we
course.
usually close things out here. All right. So, we can wrap this up then, get to some final thoughts here. So, you're the guest, Gunnar. Would you like to go first with your final thought?
Oh, Jesus. I'll go second. I'll go second.
Well,
All
you're
right.
going first. I'm going last today.
Okay. All right. Jesus, now I'm not prepared. Oh God.
Jesus, people.
Oh, a
I know
creature of habit here.
I usually go first.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's usually how it goes because I say, "All right, do you want to wrap this up?" You go, "Let's wrap this up," and I say, "What do you got?" And then you go, and it's just kind of the cadence of how it goes.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I
all
told you
right,
I'm messing you up today.
yeah. So I got a question for you guys. I saw this on Twitter, um, from a guy that works at Barstool. I've never heard of him before, but it's just one of those things that popped up. And he posed this question to people, and I thought it was a pretty good question, actually. So you are taking your dog for a walk, and mid-walk, the dog poops. You pick up the poop in a bag. Is it kosher to put that poop bag in someone else's trash barrel on your walk?
Is it kosher? No, I've done it though. Like, it's on the curb. It's going like they're taking it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
It's
So
like, I mean, yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah.
yeah, so that was part of the answer. And that's how I feel. If the barrel is on the sidewalk and it's full, I think it's fair game, right? Now, if you are walking up someone's driveway to like throw it in a barrel, like then no, like that's fucked up. Or like if the barrel's empty, right? Like if the trash is on the sidewalk and the trucks have already come and now that barrel's empty, like all right, don't be a dick and like throw that in there because now it's going to sit in there for a week, right? Like so but my thing
So
is if
we have
it's
some potential sticking to the bottom issues
yeah,
that that I don't like.
yeah. I
So
mean,
I guess with the because I was gonna say I'm like because I got a barrel in the garage that I throw everything in and then I take that out. So it's like I got a barrel in a bag and like I'll just throw all my random shit and then take that out and throw it in like the curb barrels at the end of the week. But yeah, I was gonna say because I used to just throw his shit bags in the like the town barrel, and it's like one got stuck to the bottom one time, and I'm like, oh boy, I go that's gonna smell for a while. But I think it was winter, so I think we're okay.
but yeah, I mean, my opinion on it is if the barrel is full, right, then I think it's fair game, right? If it's empty, no. And definitely if it's not on the curb already, like don't walk down someone's fucking driveway to their house to throw your shit bag in their trash.
I think that's a good guideline. It's got to be on the curb, and it's got to be the poop bag has to sit on other trash.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's your guidelines,
Yeah.
and I think I can work with that.
But yeah, I mean,
All
it
right.
was funny just to see like the insanity on Twitter. People are like freaking out at each other over it.
All right. So now I had time to think. Okay, this happened today. We're at the golf course. So our tee time was 151. I checked in. She's like, oh, there's a group like before you. Their tee time's 142. So we're playing greens. Like, all right, let's get ready. It's now like 145, 146. There's no other groups out there getting ready to tee off. Long guy there was like, hey, do you know if there's like someone coming around, do another thing? He's I don't have the call sheet. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, we're teeing off now. Like, even the other group was lagging behind, it's gonna take them another, couple minutes to get to the green, and they're teeing off basically at our tee time. Was that kosher or not kosher? Like, should I have just waited the full till 151?
So I think because it's the public, it now what I'm about to say might actually come back, but I think at a public,
So it's public, yeah.
if you are there and there's supposed to be a 142 and you are the next time and the 142 is not there, I'm probably hitting that golf ball.
Yeah,
Like because that's the thing, it's like you guys have missed your time. So we'll go, you take our time, see you out there.
right. Yeah, and it's funny, like I joke with Amy because she plays, right? And my mother-in-law plays too, and they're funny because they like to just kind of get to the course and just go, and they make fun of me because I like to get there at least like a half hour before. But like the way I look at it is like I don't want to be running from my car to the tee box because now you're anxious taking a first swing and it's probably not going to go well. And also for that reason too, is the way I look at it is if you have a 142 tee time, that means the first person in the group is swinging their club and putting a ball in play at 142. So if you have a 142 tee time, You need to do whatever you need to do to make sure that the first person in your group is taking their swing at 142, not, oh, it's 142. I guess that's us. We got to go head over to the tee box and, oh, do you want to go first? I don't know. You should go for, oh, let's flip a tee for it. Like, oh, you could go for it. And now it's like 145 before you're teeing off. And now you're already 3 minutes behind.
Oh, I thought
Right.
even like
So,
shooting, you're supposed to be there 10 minutes before your time. You're supposed to be on the first tee, like waiting.
yeah.
Because then the other thing too is
Yes.
in that exact case, like they can send you off.
Right.
Because I've
Right.
had that happen before too, like actually publics and privates. I've gone off like 20, 30 minutes early sometimes because they're like, you here with all four? I go, yeah. They go, all right, you're on the tee. I go, fuck. I was to say I thought I was gonna roll a putt, but okay, I guess it don't matter. So no, I don't see any issue with that. Again, because you have the very next time, like you didn't try to jump like, oh
Right.
wow, there's an available time because they didn't show it, so we'll jump ahead of these. No, it's the very next time. So even
Yeah.
if they rolled up, like, hey guys, didn't think you were coming, you can have 151. Oh well, no, oh well.
Yeah.
We'll be out of your way. Don't you worry.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, I think that's totally fine. Do they have a starter there too that
No, this is a very low key course.
okay.
So
All
then,
right.
yeah. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying, especially if you got to fend for yourself too. It's just like again, don't be an ass, but like, yep, hey guys, didn't see you up here at 142, so why don't you just tee off behind us at 151?
Yeah.
And if they got a problem, then I guess you deal with it. I don't know. I don't have the answers for some of these people. Some of these people can be so fucking stupid
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's assholes everywhere, but like imagine getting pissed off at like
because you
140,
missed your time.
148, right? Like you had the 151, they had the 142. It's 148 and you're now like four of you are walking out to your ball to the fairway and the 142 shows up and gets pissed at you. Be like, I don't know, dude, it's 6 minutes after your fucking tee time. Like I'm supposed to tee off in 3 minutes. So I'm already out there. You can just have you can wait 3 minutes and you can have my tee time. Right. But like, if so, I mean, because there will be people that get pissed about that. But like, realistically, like, I don't know. You did nothing wrong.
Nope,
It's
you're
good.
in the right.
Yeah. All right.
All
You want to
right.
close this
The
out?
reason why I went last, I won my club championship today.
Mr. Club Champion.
So the way we do ours, 18 holes qualifying, get into a bracket, uh, play a match on Sunday. You win that, you play Saturday, play that, or win that. The final is Sunday. So it's 2 consecutive weekends. So um, played good enough last week. I mean, I talked about it a little bit because I was fucking exhausted. So also, Gunnar, if you're trying to figure out like scoring and scoring discrepancy, in 4 straight days of playing, I shot in order 84, 78, 74, 84, 85. So if you're looking for consistency or like trying to figure out like how does that scoring work, I don't know either. You let me know. Because then I turned around and shot 78 and fake 74 again. So um yeah, again, let me know if you can figure out the scoring thing. I can't. But so I had my match yesterday and good player I was going against. On paper, he's probably better than me. He's won a club championship before. But I think his deal is he hits the ball pretty hard. He makes birdies, but he makes others, and that's not my game, which is fine. We went to 19 holes,
Wow.
and I had to top him in a playoff, hitting some chip to like 3 inches. And I mean, he was out of it. He almost killed himself because he had to hit from like, you know, our 18th hole down in like the
Yeah.
rock quarry. He had to hit
Yep.
out of there.
Oh, Jesus.
Almost fucking drilled himself in the face coming back, um, but yeah, I still had to do my work, whatever. So then today in the final, playing a guy like he's around and on paper he's pretty good. He's about a shot worse than me on handicap, but he's a sub 6 handicap. Like that's a good player. And you know he knocked off our 1 seed, who is a 1-time champ, 3-time finalist, 3 consecutive years of finals. He knocked him off. and for all intents and purposes playing well. Shot 75 on Saturday in a good match that better than obviously we played. So he comes out, you know, gets a great kick on one, hits it close enough, par. Hits it pretty good on two. I wave at a putt, stuffs it on three, but our third hole misses
Yeah.
it. Fine. Hits it to like a foot on the par three. He almost made a hole in one because he threw it like off a bounce, whatever. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, listen, I'm not playing that good right now. I go, I can't fucking do anything about this. Like nothing. Uh, he might have won the next one to go up three. And then we both waved that putts on six. I was like, dodged a bullet there. So I was like down. I was down three through five, and it very easily could have been four through six. So 1, 7, and 8. He hits a great shot on nine, like incredible shot on nine. So it's one under at the turn. Or I'm sorry, I'm down one at the turn because it's all match play, and proceeded to make three birdies and shoot two under through 8 holes that we actually played. Because we didn't play the 18th. I closed them out on 17, making a birdie in the process from the fescue. Two of my best shots were from the fescue this today.
You got to be in the fescue more, clearly.
So not for nothing, like so this is how fucked up golf is. So I hit it into the fescue on our par. So Gunnar, you don't know my course. It's a crazy thing. We have 10 holes. You play 1 through 9, and then from different tees you play 1 through 8, and then we have a dedicated 18th hole.
Okay.
So when I say like, hey, the first time around, it's like we played the same holes, except you only play 9 once and 18 once. So I hit it into the fescue the first time, uh, on our par five because I had a punch out, so I punched out and I was like, all right, I need to get home, and I'm down. I go, I need to get one back. So I hit into the fescue and I hit a great shot out of the fescue. So then when I hit my drive, I was in play the second time, but it's short of the second time. So I actually had less yardage in hybrid. And I go, well, if I hit into the fescue, I can just hit that shot again. Lo and behold, hit it into the fescue and hit it to like 5, 6 feet. I don't know. It was fucking crazy. Even one of our that guy who's been in the three. He goes, how did you hit those two shots? I go, well, I hit the first one good. And I go, I just figured I'd do it again. um, and then yeah, so I rolled the putt in on him. I mean, I was gonna close out anyway, but I rolled the putt in to seal it. So, um, yeah, so good matches all around. Like even like the guys yesterday, they played a tight one. Um, so it was good, but uh, lo and behold, so we recorded, but I think I mentioned I blew up at New Seabury, right? Like hitting the ball good, just could not put it in the cup, like in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I made a
Yep.
10 on the 18th hole. So Gunnar, for reference, this shit happens too. Like I just told you, I won a club championship, and in the same week, I made a 10 on an 18th hole. Um, so I saw Classic Gary on Wednesday, and I had texted him up before. I go, hey Gary, just want to let you know, like, I go, I got club championship this weekend. I go, I've been hitting it good. I go, cannot put the ball in the cup. So we putted and chipped, and Chris is out this week, so I didn't play from Monday to Saturday. It's just all I did was practice and like slow to go with the putting and the chipping, but then all of a sudden it just clicked
Yeah.
on the 14th hole on Saturday, and then it needed to click again on maybe 7 today. Uh, so that was a very important tune-up, I believe, because then by the back I made everything.
Yeah.
So Classic Gary still doesn't know shit, obviously.
Classic Gary is coach, by the way.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, congrats, Mr. Club Champion.
Congrats.
Yeah, you don't have to
So,
call me champ. It's cool.
yeah, no, what's up, champ? I'm just gonna call
I
you
need a
champ from now on.
I need a I was gonna say I need a trophy, I need a jacket, I need a parking spot.
Yeah.
I gotta start setting on my champions dinner. I don't know.
Do you get your name on a engraved anywhere?
There's a plaque.
Nice.
So I believe there's a trophy. If there's a trophy or not, I don't really care. What the
Yeah.
fuck am I gonna do with a trophy? Like, I've got the scorecard, I got the
Yeah.
ball. That's good enough for me because I mean I keep that shit when I play places too. So it's like I'll just
Right.
add it to the stack and never look at it. Um, so we do go on a plaque, but I don't know if there's a trophy. There is no parking spot. There is no champions. Then there is no like. There's none of that
If
shit.
there is a trophy, is it a keep it trophy or is it a
I think you keep
circulation,
it.
bring it back every year trophy?
No, you keep it because if there was
Okay.
a trophy, I assume they would have given it to me when they wanted to take a picture on the last hole
Yeah.
to take a picture with. I don't
Yeah.
believe we have one.
Yeah. All right. No, that's fair. Well, I mean, that's still pretty fucking cool.
It was pretty cool because, well, like so, in like I'm not going to beat around the bush
The
here.
only guy
Like,
that ever fucking downplay winning a club championship.
again, this is me bragging, but also like you can like so obviously you can only beat the people in front of you, but like
Yeah.
we also had like it was almost like a 2019 Blues situation where it was like the Bruins should have won that Stanley Cup because it's like someone took out the Lightning. So like our
Right.
one seed got knocked out first round. Our returning champ didn't play. So it was like everything kind of broke the way I needed it to. And then I'm like out there almost down 4 through 6. I go, you got to be fucking kidding me. I go, this is 2019 Bruins game 7 at home.
Yeah.
So no, I in when I came off, relief was
Yeah.
my first because I think because Michaela she actually met me at the turn. She jumped in my cart. She goes, "You excited?" I go, "I'm relieved." I go, "That was." I go, "I've never been in the finals, so I've never had to be like on from hole one because
Right.
even like qualifiers, whatever, it's stroke play, so it's like you still go out and you play and you got to ease into the round and like you still have to hit the shots and it's like no, it's head to head right from the rip.
Right. Right. Yeah. Match play is certainly a different beast.
Yeah, and it's like, you got to sleep on it. Like you know you're in it.
Yeah.
Like I could show up to a qualifier, play well, and be 7 back.
Right.
But like with this, it's like it's right there. It's right in front of you. You know,
Yeah.
you played with them yesterday. You know exactly what what you're doing. So no, it was fun. It was good. Very happy,
Nice.
as you can tell.
All right. Well, what a championship ending here we got. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you're at, subscribe on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up above at the top of the screen. You can get us on all the social medias down at the bottom. You check out the show notes, support the sponsors, support us. And until next time, good night, everybody.